This is a brand new beginning. The Lovers. Can you receive the experience of being a child of the divine? Aquarians, it's time for your January 2026 reading. I'm going to give you a special spread that I created. It's the Mystic Compass spread, and it's in the form of a compass. So I'll talk you through each component as we go through. In the north position, north represents the element of earth. And so that's looking at anything tangible like your housing, your finances, your career, people closest to you, things like that. To the east, we have the element of air. And so that's looking at your thoughts, focus, dreams, things of that nature. And then in the south, we've got the element of fire, and that's representative of your connection to the divine spirit, your higher self, the universe, etc. And finally, in the position of the west, we have the element of water, and that is your emotions and feelings. In each direction of the four directions, we'll have a card that is the message for you in that area of your life, followed by an action item that you can take. Starting out in the north. We start out with the Hermit. So some of you have been hiding away. Some of you need to hide away. So if you've already been hiding away, or maybe it could be that you're hiding away in your house. It could be that you're hiding things from other people. So maybe you have secrets that you're hiding from your family. Maybe you have a lot of debt that you're hiding from your spouse. Or maybe you lost your job and you haven't been able to tell any of your family or friends yet because you're feeling ashamed. But this is calling that to light right now. And so whatever the situation is, it's okay to come out of hiding. You don't need to stay in hiding forever. And it's healthier if you can come out and talk to other people during difficult times. Now, on the other hand, some of you have been spending too much time out with other people, and we get a lot out of spending a lot of time by ourselves. We learn more about ourselves. We learn who we really are and what we stand for. And so some of you do need to spend more time by yourself. Let's see what your action item is. It is the Six of Pentacles. So Pentacles represent the earth element as well. And so because that is in this position here, that's sort of doubling down on this message. So this is a very literal message right now. You are being prompted to interact with others, and we are all at different points in our lives. We all come across a time where we need help, and we come across a point of time where we are able to help others. So if you are in a position right now where you're needing help, this is your call to action here is to ask for others for help. And if you're in a position where you can help others, this is your call to action to do that. And that could be literally in the form of a monetary assistance, like giving a monetary donation, giving a clothing donation, maybe offering housing to someone that's in need, a family member or a friend. It could be something like that. Or maybe you're the one in need of housing, and you can go out and look at those resources that are available to you, not just from the people that you know, but expanding your reach and broadening your reach to go out into the community and really ask for help. But this is your invitation to to help others and to ask for help on a very tangible, real level. Next, we'll move on to the East. So this is our air element. And the first card that appears here for us is the Knight of Pentacles. And so we've got more pentacles happening here. So there's still this sense of something tangible. So with this being the air element and your thoughts and focus, maybe you are thinking a lot about money or what your next moves are. Maybe you're thinking about a new job or your focus is doing everything you can to get to that new job. This is a pretty full speed ahead card in the realm of money and resources, other resources. Time is also a resource, so this can also be focusing on how you're spending your time, but there's a very brusque energy about this, and it's really looking at where you want to place your money and your resources. So, are you spending time with people that are helpful to you right now, or are there other ways and places that you could be spending your time? Are you doing things that are fulfilling to you? Do you have hobbies that you have let go for a long time that you would like to get back into? Dancing, playing a musical instrument, acting, painting, anything arts related, or maybe it's exercise. It could be any of those things. Your call to action in this area is the Lovers. So you're being asked to stop spending so much time on focusing on whatever this is, because it means that you've been neglecting those closest to you, your loved ones. And this can be literal lovers in a romantic sense, but it can also just mean other people closest to you, like your friends, your colleagues that you hang out with outside of work, things like that, your kids. It could also be representative of neglecting your passions. So the action item is to find yourself again with the people that really matter in your life. And if you are so far on this path, on this money-making path, that you think that no one else matters anymore, that's not true. And you're going to be sorely mistaken. You'll find that you're sorely mistaken eventually. It could be this year, it could be next year, it could be a few years from now, but you will eventually find that it doesn't matter how much time you thought was important to dedicate only to your gaining, to your financial gain. But the people around you that care about you and love you are equally as important as whatever financial endeavors you're on. And they deserve time and your thoughts and care. Next, we'll move on to the South, element of fire. So this is, we're talking about passions and your connection to the divine, as I said. Here we've got the Knight of Swords. So we've got a little bit more, we've got another knight. So this is another fast-moving energy. This is even faster than the Knight of Pentacles because swords technically tend to move faster than pentacles. But what we're seeing here is a quickness of thought in terms of your passions and your divine connection to spirit, source, etc. Let's see what your action item is here. Ace of Wands. So wands represent the fire element, so this one is perfectly placed here. And this is a brand new beginning. This is asking you to slow down as well in this area of your life and look at what really matters. This can be the birth of a literal infant baby and this coming into your life, but it doesn't have to be. It can also be the birth of a project, a passion project. It can also be your connectedness with the divine in such a way that you are receiving the experience as a child of the divine. Let that sink in. Can you receive the experience of being a child of the divine? I want you to really think on that. Next, we've got the West, and this is representative of the water element. We're starting it out strong with the Star. Star is a major arcana card, as is the Hermit. So you've got some big pinnacle moments, milestone moments here this month. This is your hope and dreams, and where you're focusing your attention and putting your emotions. Are you really passionate about the things that you're doing on a daily basis? If not, how can you incorporate that more into your life? Where can you find hope when it might seem like there isn't any? This is really asking you to look at those questions. But this is a really lovely card because it means there's so much possibility. There's really something to look forward to. And it's asking you to really look at where is hope for me as an individual. There might be possibilities and opportunities available only to you that are not available to everyone else. Aquarius, this is very important. Next, your action item there. You've got another ace, this time the Ace of Pentacles. So in looking at where is this hope, your action item is to start with the basics around organizing something that you've been putting off organizing. It can be organizing your home. It could be organizing your finances. It could be organizing your schedule. But that's what you're being asked to do, and that's where there is hope in finding that organization, because, and this is a huge moment for you to learn this. So start small. There's this card, the hope that is here is so great and so grand that it can be a little bit intimidating sometimes, but just come back to basics and you will be able to focus on the things that are important, and respond in a loving way. Also, maybe some of you are needing to make a donation, a monetary donation or a time donation to a cause that you really deeply are caring about. So it could be like, and it could be volunteering with a cause. It could be volunteering with unhoused persons. It could be volunteering with refugee services. It could be volunteering with the Red Cross. It could be anything, whatever you really feel moved by. And in those places, you can also find hope. Okay, Aquarius, we have one final card to draw it all together and see what is the resounding message. What is the central message here for you? And it is the Queen of Pentacles. So you have a lot of pentacles going on here. You've got a lot of money matters going on, a lot of matters of the home. This one in particular is very special because even though it's very... we've got that logical, we have various steps that we need to knock out. It's run by the Queen, and she is not forgetting her children, literal or figurative, in the process. So there are other people that could be impacted by your decisions around money and time and resources. And there's a motherly way to go about it, where you can still be caring of all parties involved while getting done what needs to get done. That is your January 2026 reading, Aquarius. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get a full picture of what's going on for you. There's also a 2026 collective reading for everyone, so that'll give you a broader idea of what's going on with the collective at large. Thank you so much. I am so grateful that you're here, and I will see you so soon. Thank you.